Okay, I just woke up from the craziest dream I've ever had in my life, and I have a massive headache. Um, I just had a dream that I found out my mother faked her death, and dream was crazy. The fact, like, I literally woke up and got just started recording. Um, I had a dream that my mother faked her death, and that um, I found out because I was sitting outside in a chair getting my hair braided across the street from my grandmother's house. And the person that was braiding my hair was like, we kept shifting further and further away from my grandmother's house up the street towards like the opening of my street. And my mother happened to be walking down the street and saw us and yelled across the street, and she called my name, and I looked, and I was shocked because I'm like, you're deceased, you're dead, you passed away. Now I got so angry in this dream. I was beating people up in the dream because they thought it was funny, like that it was a joke to them that I did not know my lineage or my parentage or where I came from or whatever. The dream is wild, bro. I have a massive headache. I do not believe that this person was my mother because when I looked at her teeth, they did not match. However, in the dream, in real life, my mother was actually missing a tooth. In the dream, the tooth was not missing. It was like on the side. And in the dream, she wasn't missing this tooth. The tooth was there. And as we were sitting outside, it was like kids running around, and my mom was walking, and she's holding this baby in a carrier, and she's like, that's dangerous, get out of the street, you can get hit by a car, I don't want anything to happen to you. And I'm looking at her like in disbelief, like, you're dead, you're deceased, you died, like, what the fuck? How are you talking to me? Like, why are you talking to me? And it was like we flashed from being in the street to being inside, well, like going further back up to the street, and there were houses everywhere, and it was a whole entire house that was there that, like, if you look at my block, there is a house that's actually missing because the house burnt down when I was a little girl. In the dream, it was like a 3-story house, and it was people coming in and out of the house, and kids coming in and out of the house, and somebody was like selling food out the side of the house. And we wound up going into this house, and like because we were curious as to what's going on, why confirmation, what's going on, why are all these people showing up to purchase and buy food, and like what was happening. So the girl that was doing my hair, and it was like we were just moving back and forth. She was braiding my hair, and it's crazy, bro. Crazy ass dream. Just crazy dream. We're in the house. I'm like, it was so many family members around, and so many people it was like, it was just mixed feelings. Like, some people were upset and angry about her lying about faking her death, and then the rest of the family was like, okay, whatever. Like, they were so nonchalant about it. Like, it was like, okay, well, she's here now, so it was whoa, bro. I'm still trying to process the fucking dream myself, because like I said, I literally just woke up and just started recording. And I have a horrible headache. In the dream, she's trying to talk to me, to tell me why she had to do what she did. And I was so angry, I did not want to. I just could not hear her at that moment. Like, I couldn't listen to her. It was just, I was angry and I was hurt and I was just distraught, because, like, how could you and why would you do that? And just thinking about all of the things that I'm carrying on myself in regards to her being gone, and you're not gone in my dream, right? So I'm just fuming, and everybody is just like laughing and dancing and having a good time, and like the curiosity turned into this giant party, and then all of our family was there, and just random people were there, and it was the wildest dream I've ever had in my fucking life, bro. And it felt so real. However, at the same time, it was so confusing, and I was so angry, and I had so many questions. However, I couldn't find the words to ask the questions that I wanted to ask. And as I attempted to talk to her, she kept saying, I gotta talk to you alone. I gotta talk to you alone. I can't explain certain things here or around people, because they don't even know. Like, they don't understand or know what is going on, or why it's going on, or why it's happening. But everybody's celebrating. And it's like, how are we fucking celebrating and having a party like this person didn't just come back from the fucking dead? So yo, what the fuck? And it was like everybody was in on it. It was like, oh, we knew that she wasn't your mom, or we knew that, you know, you weren't our family, or we knew that you weren't related, or we knew that you didn't belong. And we've been, and in the dream I heard them say, we've been studying you, we've been watching you, and we've been observing your reactions and your responses throughout your life, and how you just continue to stay positive, and everything we were throwing at you, you were still just overcoming it. You're an anomaly, and we just didn't understand. But however, we're just so excited and ecstatic for you to be here. It was like I was a fucking celebrity at this party, but I'm fucking mad as shit. I'm like livid, and like I had like actual cousins and family members, like, you know, either saying like little slick shit or laughing about it. And it was like I beat up like I literally was like, I'm fucking people up in the dream. Like, I'm fighting these people in my dream. And then I'm like, this is too much. I can't take this. I gotta get the fuck out of here. So I leave. And I'm like storming off, and I'm trying to like cool off and like get my bearings to make sense of what's going on. And she's like trying to follow me. And I don't know how. This dream is crazy. I got up some street or whatever, and it was like it's a different neighborhood, and people from the party are outside. They were just everywhere in this dream. They were everywhere. And I got in a car some kind of way. I wound up inside of a police car, and the person that's driving the police car wound up not being who he was. He was wearing a mask, so he pulled the mask off, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, and I'm like, you stole the police car? Like, yo, the dream was wild as fuck. Like, you stole the police car? Like, what the fuck is this about? Like, he's like, oh, we're not gonna get in trouble. It's my car. Da 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 da. I'm just like, Lo, let me out of this shit. So I get out the car, and like I wound up back at the fucking house that I attempted to leave. And like the girl that was doing my hair, she's like supposed to be my friend, and she's just like, yo, just calm down and chill out and hear him out. And I'm just so angry, I can't calm down to hear. I don't want to hear what you have to say. I don't want to hear your explanation. You lied to me, right? You lied to me. You all have lied to me my entire life, and you knew the truth. That was the one thing I was adamant about in the dream. I'm like, you lied to me. All of you knew who I was. All of you knew where I came from, yet no one had the decency to tell me the truth. And everybody seems to be okay with this. And I'm hearing Truman Show. Everybody seems to be okay with the idea, concept of watching me go through my life and deal with the struggles and the trials and tribulations and all the things. And like, it was just, you're okay with that? Like, it was crazy. So then I wound up sitting down in some chair, and my mom walks over and she pulls out these envelopes. And in the envelopes, it's like proof of my siblings and who they are and who she is, and there's nothing there for me. So I'm like, okay, so what was the point of you showing me this documentation if it's still not going to answer who the fuck I am and where the fuck I come from, right? You're just making me angry now. You're making me angrier than what I already am. And she's like, I can't tell you. I can't talk to you in front of all these people. I have to talk to you by yourself. And that's all she keeps saying to me. I have to talk to you by yourself. I have to tell you by yourself. I have to talk to you by yourself. And I'm hearing twin. Something about a twin. So I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, this dream was bizarre. This dream was crazy. It was so much going on. And like a little bit of time. Like, and in the dream, I'm also hearing myself, compose yourself, calm down. Don't go off, don't lash out, don't blow up. Like, basically, like, when you get the truth or when you hear the truth, don't be angry with the truth that you're about to receive, right? And it's like, the family is so, the crazy part is, even though people are like, okay, whatever, like, tripping, everybody's like, we're so proud of you. Everybody, that's all I was so confused, like, how are you proud of me when I don't know who I am? And you guys know that I did not know my family, or I don't know my lineage. I don't know. And you guys know the truth, and you knew the truth the entire time, my entire life, and you never told me. Yet, at the same time, you're still proud of me for being who I am and becoming who I've become. Yet, you don't understand my frustration or my anger. I'm confused. I just want to know who I am and where I've come from. And so, it was just wild. Like, I beat up, it was at least 2-3 people I beat up in the fucking dream. Like, one of them, she's in child, bow, bow, I'm just banging her in her face. Shut the fuck up. Like, I'm like, am I dreaming something I heard? Or am I really dreaming the truth? Right? Where is this coming from? So, I was like, I'm going to record. I'm going to record the dream. I'm going to just do a video recording of the dream, and whatever comes out, comes out. I'm just so, my fucking head, I have like a massive headache, and it's like I'm beyond confused. However, at the same time, I'm not. It's like I have clarity of some things, and then disbelief of some things, anger of some things, and then like also when I woke up too, I realized, I'm like, oh, I have unhealed animosity, or unhealed, what's that R word? Resentment, anger, unhealed anger, and I'm just like, what is this about? And it dawned on me, like, I'm still angry at my mom. Now, not in the dream, this is real life. When my mom passed away, I was livid. I was angry with her because my mom never told me who my actual father was. So my whole life, I never knew who my real dad was, who my real father was. It was always, this person is your dad. And it came out eventually that that person was never my father. And I knew. Internally, I had always known that this man was not my dad. I'm like, I don't even look like this nigga. Like, like my siblings, who he actually fathered, look exactly like him, right? Even his daughter that he has with a different woman looks exactly like him, right? I'm like, I know that man not my dad. I don't even look like him. I don't sound like him. There's no resemblance there. Like, typically you resemble your parents. Either you look like your mom or you look like your dad. I don't look nothing like him. Right? I favor my mother. I don't look anything like this man. And so I'm just like, okay, I already know this nigga not my father. And why you keep trying to tell me that he's not my dad? Can you just tell me the truth? And I had this battle with my mom when she was living about her telling me who my real dad was. My mother never told me. She took it to her grave. The only thing she would tell me when she was living was, you're going to give him his last drink of water. You're going to give him his last drink of water. She just kept saying that shit to me. And I'm like, Ma, I don't want to know. I don't want to give him his last drink of water. I don't know who the fuck he is while he's living. Like, what the fuck? Right? Bro, I just feel like so much information is being revealed to me right now, and I do not fully understand how to process it or where to begin. And earlier this morning, I had a conversation with my coworker, and we were talking about lineages and heritage and our family tree and our family lines as to where we came from, and you know, why we are or who we are, like how or why we become who we are because of our lineage and the things that we experienced and transgressed through growing up. And we wound up getting on the conversation of SA and talking about how we had all in that room, which is crazy, had experienced some form of SA from our own family, people in our own family, and it was brushed under the rug. Like, it was like, oh, well, we know, we don't tell anybody. It was just like accepted as, yeah, it was fucked up, but it was accepted as, okay, we just gonna turn a blind eye to it. And so I still did not get an answer in the dream. Besides the fact that in the dream, everybody in the family knew that I did not belong to them, that I was not related to them. It was even insinuated that she wasn't even my mother, that I don't even know how I wound up with her. The dream was wild as fuck. And everybody was like so lively and yes. Like it was a whole party and they're like, hey girl, they just having a ball. And are you fucking serious? Like I'm going around swole, mad as fuck, like ready to put a hole in somebody, like. And the people that even in my dream, my grandmother was in the dream. I was tripping. My grandma was like, I don't even understand why she would do some shit like that. And my grandma didn't cuss. When I was growing up, my grandma didn't cuss around us. But from what I was told, my grandmother used to cuss like a sailor when she was younger. So I'm just like, okay. And everybody's like, yeah, we all knew that you weren't part of the family or that you weren't, you weren't technically related to us, and that, we've been doing things to you your whole life. We've been doing stuff to you your entire life, and you just every time we think you're going to act one way, you act differently, you respond differently. We've been watching you and doing certain things to you your entire life, waiting for you to see, like, because we've been trying to basically cause your demise, and you never fail. Like you keep flourishing, you keep rising above, you keep just doing the opposite of what we thought we were going to do. It was like in the dream they called me an anomaly. It was, you are an anomaly. We are so fascinated with you. We've been studying you. That's what I heard in my dream. We've been studying you. And I'm just like, are you fucking serious? Like, get the fuck out of my face. Like, yo, the wildest fucking dream I've ever had in my life. And I know that it means something because, like I say, I grew up not knowing who my father was. And I had a moment in time where I was tripping on some bad weed one time, no lie. I'm vulnerable. I can be real. I was tripping off some laced weed. I didn't know the weed was laced, and they had gave it to me, and I took a couple hits off the blunt, and I started tripping out. And I was like, bro, like I was hyperventilating, and I started crying. I'm like, yo, wait a minute. It was like I had opened up to a realization that I did not belong to this family. And I had called my sister and I'm bugging on the phone like, yo, do you know that I'm not related to y'all? That I was like, oh, I'm adopted. Bro, I don't know if my sister will remember that shit, but yo, in the drink, I was tripping that day. I'm like, yo, I'm adopted. I'm like, mommy's my mother. Like, I already know. We don't know who my dad is. And she's like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why are you saying all these things? And I'm like, yo. And then my husband at the time, he was like, yo, I gave her some weed, but I laced it with ecstasy or some shit. And he was like, shit, I think she's having a bad trip. And my sister's like, well, just tell her to calm down and relax. And mind you, I'm crying. And I'm like, I'm not crazy. I'm not insane. I'm not that gone that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Right? And I'm hearing switched at birth. I just heard that. Switched at birth. You were switched at birth. I'm hearing that. Y'all, I have been encouraged several times to do the ancestry DNA thing or whatever, and I every time I get close to doing it, I get discouraged and I get hung up on it, and I'm like, nope, like my shirt say, nope. And this dream makes me want to go do that. Like, what the fuck? It was the wildest dream I ever had in my life, and I'm sitting here trying to decide or decipher or discern if I want to even pull cards to get more information, because I feel like I'm not the only one. I feel like I'm not the only one. I'm also getting like government, like it had something to do with the government, almost like the government was coming in and placing these children or giving these children to people to raise without, I'm hearing sleeper cell, giving these people children to raise in the place of their actual children. Yet these children are like divinely like they have like divine lineage or something like I'm also hearing hidden. You were hidden away. So it's a lot for me to process. And I'm hearing I'm supposed to give a reading. Wildest dream I ever had in my fucking life. It felt so real. I'm walking around and my mother keeps talking to me. I'm like, yo, leave me the fuck alone. Don't even talk to me right now. I'm angry. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to say shit to you right now. I don't want you to say shit to me. I need to calm down. I need to process everything that I'm trying to process. I'm still even now at a loss for words in my waking, walking life. The same way I was in the fucking dream. Like, what? Bro, what the fuck? Okay. I guess I am pulling a card. I don't fucking know. It was the wildest fucking dream I ever had in my life, y'all. And it felt so real. And yo, I don't know what the fuck. It was just crazy. And like basically in the dream, it was like I was a test subject. Like I was placed with this family as a test subject, and I was studied not only by the family, however, studied by the government and studied by different facilities and companies or whatever to see how I was going to react and or respond to certain stimuli. And the stimuli were like natural life just situations that would typically break a person down to be basically to want to either self-hurt or harm themselves or lead them down a path of like just turmoil, craziness, right? A life of like nothingness. Thank you. I don't know who or what this message is for. I don't know what's about to come out. Like I said, this was the craziest fucking dream I've ever had in my life. I'm hearing it rings with truths. I don't know how true it is or what was true about it. What parts were true, what parts weren't. I know that excuse me, I hit the table. I know that I don't belong to this family, right? And it's crazy because when I used to meet people or when they would introduce people or new people into our family through marriage or whatever the case may be, I would always tell them, I'm cut from a different cloth. I'm not like them. So do not handle me like you would handle them. Handle me accordingly, right? Treat me as me, not as if I belong to them, because I'm not like that. You're not going to carry me how you carry somebody else. You're not going to treat me how you would treat them. You're going to treat me with respect. I've always been big on that. You're going to treat me how I treat you. You're going to treat me accordingly. And even to this day, I'm like that with people, period. Like, I do my best to be reserved, to be cool, calm, and collected. However, at the same time, if I feel like you testing me or you playing with me, you will see another side of me. It will come out. You feel what I'm saying? I will tell you, like, yo, don't play with me like that. I don't even get down like that. Chill. And people be like, all right, my babe. You know what I'm saying? I was always taught you teach people how to treat you. So, yo, I kind of don't even want to pull no fucking cards because I'm nervous about what is actually about to hit this fucking table. I'm flabbergasted. I'm fucking just like, what? And it's crazy because prior to the dream, I was listening to a reading. So I'm wondering if the reading, like, came up in my dream or what. I don't know. But prior to falling asleep, I was listening to a reading. And in the beginning of the reading, he was talking about how he was being called by his name. His spiritual name, and how it resonated with his soul, how he knew that was his name, that was him, and how it made him feel. And he was talking about how just, bro, I don't know, like, what the fuck, bro. Adopted. Okay. My eyes, y'all, I can't. Alright, let's just get into it. Okay? Hebrews 12:14. Follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see. And Psalms 147:3. He healeth the broken in heart and bindeth up their wounds. So, my entire life, I've always felt protected and guarded by the Most High. I've always felt protected, guarded, and connected to God. I just knew that I was special or different. I always felt different. I always felt like I did not belong where I was. I always felt like I didn't fit in. I always felt like an eyesore or just an oxymoron. I always felt out of place, right? My entire life, I have experienced levels of degradation and just, you name it, I've been there, I've been through it, I've experienced it to some degree. And I never allowed the situations and circumstances or things that I went through to cause me to become something that I just genuinely did not feel like I should be or who I should be. And when I was 9, I was having this conversation earlier. When I was 8, going into 9, I kept asking my mother, who am I? Why am I here? Why am I here? Why was I born? Like, I don't belong here. I kept saying that shit to her. I don't belong here. Like, I just feel out of sorts. I feel weird. And my mother just kept saying to me, if you have questions, read your Bible. That was always her response or her answer to everything. If you have questions, read your Bible. Go to God. Seek God. God will give you the answers that you need. And so, almost like I was indoctrinated to believe that to a degree. And so I did. I went to the Bible, and I would sit in my room and I would meditate and I would really study the scriptures. And the question was always, who am I? Why am I here? Right? What was my purpose? Why was I born? Why was I created? And throughout the course of my life, it has been revealed to me several times over who I am to a degree, not necessarily identity-wise, however, what I am and why I was created. Now, I'm not going to voice that on here because people just be on one. People be doing just fuck shit. And I'm in red form, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't care. I just woke up. People be on some fuck shit. So I certain things I'm just not even going to talk about or bring up. However, I studied the... Damn, I'm at 30 minutes already? That's crazy because I just started to fucking read. I'm already at 30 minutes. I didn't even feel like I was talking that long. I always had that question though. Who am I? What am I? Why am I here? What was my purpose? What is my purpose? And so it was revealed to me through spirit and through several different interactions that I've had throughout the course of my life that I am special to a degree. That me being who I am changes something massive in this world. And everything that I've ever gone through or experienced was like a test to build my strength. And I'm getting like, I got further than anybody that has ever been tested in the way that I've been tested. Like in the dream, she said, "You're an anomaly. We studied you." And I was like, wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. And it's crazy because in the dream, I was really attempting to wake myself up because I was like, I don't want to continue this dream. I don't want to know. What is this? Why? And it was like I was being forced to stay asleep to see it all, take it all in. And then when I finally got to a certain point in the dream, and I was like, I just want to wake up. I woke up. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Bro. I'm angry because my mother never told me the truth. I'm angry because I know that there are people out there that know the truth and refuse to tell me the truth. I don't operate in the anger because what's the point? Why would I? In the dream, I was fucking people up. I was beating people up in the dream. I'm like, in real life, I'm not fighting shit. Not. Unless like my life is in jeopardy, then that's a different story. However, I'm not initiating or sparking a fight. I'll leave first. I'll say what I gotta say and then I'll dip. I'm not fighting you. I'm not going to that extremity. For what? I'm not fighting you. What's the point? You're not worth it. You're not worth my time, effort, or energy. Right? My mom used to always say, when you hit somebody, beware that they can hit you back or that they're going to hit you back. And if you don't want to get hit, fucking hit them. Keep your hands to yourself. And I don't like being hit. So I'm not going to hit you because I don't want you to hit me. I don't want that retaliation. I don't want that energy. You feel what I'm saying? So in the dream, though, I beat the shit out of like 3 people. I mean, I was swollen and swelling they shit up in the dream. Like one girl, I looked in the dream, one girl, I beat her head in. I'm beating her head in to the point where as though she went into the couch and disappeared. Like, what the... Yo, this dream was crazy. I don't know what, why. Patience, and I'm hearing that song from Dreamgirls. He's like, patience, little brother, patience, little sister, patience. Like the level of patience, I'm not taking all that, that's too much. First and foremost, let me just, Lord, what? I don't even know. 34. Now I'm ready to go look that shit up. Y'all, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this shit. It's like, I don't know. I don't even feel like I have it in me to pull cards to get clarity. I want the clarity. However, let me just come on. Lord, please give me the clarity that I'm seeking, or give me the answers that I need to understand why I had this dream, what this dream meant, how is it prevalent for myself and others, how does it resonate for myself and others, and give me the words to express it and explain it so that I have full understanding. In the name of Jesus and the Holy Blood of the Lamb, I pray these things. Peace Hashem, and I say amen. Okay. 9 of Wands, 8 of Swords. The Emperor. Okay. Page of Cups, King of Pentacles. I'm here and pull all the cards first and we'll explain. 8 of Wands. King of Swords. I'm hearing your father didn't want you, or your father didn't want you. But that's the story they told. That's the story they told. Queen of Cups. Three of Pentacles. I'm hearing take 2 more rows. Okay. 5-card spread. So far I made one in it, and I'm almost done in the second. Bro, this was the wildest. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Ten of Wands. The Magician in reverse. They say turn it around. They say don't take any reversals. Ace of Swords. King of Cups. I'm sorry, Knight of Cups. The Moon. And we have one more. Tower. King of Wands. They're watching you. They've always been watching you. 10 of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. I'm going to say last card. Okay. The Hermit. You developed into a hermit. You isolated and secluded yourself and closed yourself in because you knew that you did not belong. You chose to protect yourself in a dog-eat-dog world because of what you had transpired through or experienced. You endured tumultuous battles without ever knowing or foreseeing the outcome, just by operating in faith. You operated in your secure, divine, masculine energy. You always presented a strong forefront. You were always protective of yourself, like not easily deceived. And then at some point in time you became tricked, or someone tricked you into hearing a marriage. Okay, someone tricked you into a marriage or connection or union, and you ran with it. You didn't, falter. You moved along with it because you believed it was the right thing to do. It was like eyes wide shut. when you started to recognize that things didn't make sense, you started to find ways to move away from the quote unquote norm, the status quo. You became the outlier and you started to take action. Yet, in the midst of you taking action, you operated in love. You created or made a commitment or made a vow to the Most High that you would be abundant in this mission or journey that your soul was sent here to endure or have to develop through. You carried burdens and weight that no one else could survive. You manifested through it all. You still persevered through it all. And you still came out victorious. And because of it, you're being rewarded. And you're being given the clarity of everything that you've ever asked for. Your world, as you know it, is shattered, or has been shattered, or was shattered. It's no more. And what you seek now seeks you. You're going to be blessed because of what you were able to endure and what you were able to experience and transmute and come out of. And now you're being offered a new opportunity. I'm here, new wave, new order. Because you are the great I am. I don't know. And I read out the cards. And that was channeled. I don't even remember or know what the fuck I just said. So I'm going to have to go back and watch this. Because what? I'm hearing pull different cards. Ancestor cards. African gods, you pulled them yesterday. Y'all, I feel like I'm delirious, but I know I'm not. It's almost like I'm hearing delirium. Somebody else studied you and found out or knows exactly who you are or who you belong to, or someone in the government was watching you and studying you, trying or attempting to figure out who you are and why you were the way you are, or how were you able to obtain the gifts or the things that you possess. And as they were doing the study, they came to find the truth about your true lineage and where you come from. And they were wondering if you knew the truth of who you are and where you come from. And they attempted to manipulate you in the process of it. And they started throwing magic or throwing things at you, like subconsciously doing things or psychologically doing things. And I'm hearing like energetically doing things to you to see what your responses were. Like they were literally, somebody was studying you. Like you were a test subject in their eyes. You were being studied. I was being studied. You were being studied. You were being observed by multiple people. You were being watched to see how you were going to basically like assimilate into society, or whether or not you were going to dissimulate and cause a ruckus. And apparently you are, because all eyes are on you. And now it's like we've never seen anybody do this. We've never seen anybody basically do what you've done. We've never witnessed what we witnessed with you before. You truly are an anomaly. Like we've never seen anything like you, or studied a species or a prospect or a person like you and seen such results. Now I'm hearing don't pull these. Why would you tell me to go for it? Okay. Osa. When the heart screams, reasoning goes silent. And that kind of makes sense because in the dream I was so angry. And I was just going off like, what? Y'all fucking knew this all along and nobody decided to tell me, like, I'm not a test subject. I'm a fucking person, right? I was so mad. Okay. Ogunda, strategy is the path to success. And I'm hearing, yes, you were very strategic. Igiobi. I don't know. Igiobi. Your reality is as big as you can dream. And I'm hearing something that you can manifest. Ijali Shibura. Lying to yourself is the most harmful spell. So it's like you already knew this shit. You just didn't want to face it, or you didn't know how. Oh, Warren, good luck is only one step ahead. And they said take one more and move on. Yo, that was the craziest fucking dream. Egioko. Those who deny reality will always live in a distressful life. And 4, and I feel like this card is significant. It's a 4. I'm a life path 4. And I heard, I'm a healer. You healed. No matter what they did to break you, you kept healing from it. You kept getting up. You kept fighting back. Like you just would not quit. You would not give up. They have never seen anyone persevere the way that you persevered. Oh, what the fuck, y'all? Waxing moon. May there be light over darkness. It's time to rise and shine. And that's crazy too, because before I went to sleep or took my nap or whatever, I was looking up the meaning of my name, because what he was saying was like the meaning of your name gives you insight into who or what you are, or like, oh my goodness, excuse me. Your name gives you insight into who you are. Your name is significant because sometimes your name has messages in regards to who you were in the previous life, or past lives, or gifts or things that you may have been connected to. And my name means moon, or goddess of the moon. Anyway, and so I was drawn to look it up in Hebrew to see what it sound like in Hebrew. And as I was researching, I know for a fact that my name is Greek. My name has Greek origin, and it means goddess of the moon, who was which was actually like a secondary name to her, because the true name of the goddess, where is my phone? The true name of the goddess, her name, they called her Cynthia because she was born on Mount Cynthius or Cythius. Cynthius. Let me see if I can pull it back up. Let me see. I know I'm spelling this shit all wrong. I'm typing too fast. Selene, the Greek goddess of the moon, was Selene. It was another name that I saw when I was looking this up too. Luna. Artemis. Thank you. Artemis. That was the other name I saw when I was looking it up. And then I looked up moon in Greek and the meaning of it, and it was like, the meaning was light. You are the light. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't know. This was the craziest shit. take it how it resonates, if it even resonates at all. I don't even know where I'm going with it. I'm just as flabbergasted as you are. So yeah, and I like I said, I haven't even, like, I'm not on no drugs or nothing. Like, I just could not believe the dream. It was just so, it was so real. At the same time that I knew it was also a dream. It was like I was very conscious, alert, and aware in the dream. And it's something about your reaction and response. Your spirit guides don't want you to react and respond because I was going, oh, what the fuck? I was angry and I was fighting people. Your spirit guides don't want you to blow up when you get the clarity or get the news that you're about to receive. You're about to get some kind of news or receive some kind of information, and they don't want you to react or respond in a negative manner or in a negative way. Okay? Don't ask me. I don't know. Thank you for joining or watching my spiritual journeys, Lotus Evolutions 369. I hope it makes sense to whoever watches it. I don't know. Like I said, I literally woke up from this dream. It was just crazy, and I was like, I gotta record. So, and I almost didn't record. So whatever. And I didn't even realize I was talking for a whole hour. It don't even feel like an hour has passed at all. Like, it literally feels like I just woke up and started talking to you guys. So take it how it resonates. I don't know. Peace of shit. I'm gonna say peace.